I gotta say, I've always believed in the power of free speech. I believe that it's the cornerstone of any free society. You've heard the saying, I disapprove of what you say, but I will defend to the death your right to say it. That's how it should be, but lately, it seems like some people have forgotten what that really means. They want to pick and choose what kind of speech is okay and what isn't, which is a dangerous road to go down. Facebook's decision to move towards a more free speech-centered platform. They basically lost their minds, stating very clearly that they are not fans of free speech. And that's where I have a problem. It's wild to hear people on a major platform saying that they don't support free speech. They are essentially saying that they don't support the ideals of the Constitution. What's interesting is that they seem to think that fact-checking is a way to suppress ideas that don't fit their narrative. They don't seem to understand that free speech includes the right to be wrong. As one person said, free speech gives you a right to be wrong. You have a right to post something that's inaccurate. You have a right to say the grass is blue. The idea that only certain approved viewpoints are allowed is not only wrong, it's downright scary. And who gets to decide what is a fact anyway? There's a difference between a fact and an opinion. The ladies on The View were saying that they know what facts are while stating their own opinions as fact. According to the people on the left, certain topics like radical gender ideology and immigration can't even be questioned. They're acting like we should all agree on what's right and wrong and just shut up. When you start moderating speech, it becomes up to a person to decide what's allowed. This is how you end up silencing anything that doesn't fit the narrative of those in power. And let's talk about the hate speech argument. They seem to think that hate speech isn't protected under the First Amendment. And they believe that there is a difference between free speech and hate speech. Look, I'm not saying that hate speech is okay, but trying to police what people say because it offends them is not the answer. We all have a right to express ourselves, even if some people might not like what we have to say. Whoopi Goldberg even stated that comedians shouldn't be allowed to offend people. I mean, what world are we living in where comedians are not allowed to push limits or be offensive? As an adult, you should have thick skin and be prepared for the real world. You shouldn't need to be coddled. And frankly, when you start trying to eliminate hate speech, you end up restricting a lot more than that. The idea that free speech is somehow tied to white supremacy. That's a ridiculous claim. Free speech is for everyone, regardless of their race or background. Trying to frame it as something that only benefits one group is just another way of trying to shut down debate. The left has a huge problem and is advocating for a system that is at odds with American freedom. It's absolutely crazy how these people are so focused on policing speech that they ignore what's happening in the real world. For example, Sunny Hostin, who claims she knows what facts are versus opinions, had her husband exposed live on TV for committing insurance fraud. The irony is thick. This whole situation with The View just highlights the hypocrisy and the dangers of trying to control what people can say.
Only about 31% of Americans trust our healthcare system. We have a terrible healthcare system. And, you know, doctors suffer because of big corporations as well. Doctors that want to do good, like my husband, you know, operates on someone even though they don't have insurance and then has to sue health insurance companies to get paid for the work that he's been trained his whole life to do. So there are a lot of problems with it.
At the end of the day, we have to defend free speech. If we don't, we're going to lose the ability to have open, honest conversations about anything. We'll end up living in a world where you can only say what the people in power want you to say, and that's not a world that I want to live in. This is America. You can dislike and disrespect people. It might not get you far in life, but it is your right. So let me know your thoughts down in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Keep it real, keep it free, and keep that coffee brewing. Peace.